Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I go by YourPrincess, or my name is Jaden. Today I'm going to be talking about all of the top champions that I played pretty much throughout season 2021 and my favorite champions of the season and what I'll be looking forward to playing next season. If you enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below letting me know what your main champion was this season or whoever you played the most. Now last season I'm a little bit embarrassed about how many ranked games I played, but it was around 1,000, and my top champion, it is no surprise, was Jin. I played around 300 games with him, and my two second champions were Jinx and Vayne. I had a whopping 57% win rate with around 300 games on Jin last season, and a total of 2 pentakills and 7 quadra kills. If you care about the triple kills, I had 32 and 237 double kills. With Jin, I was going 2 different rune pages. Sometimes I would go domination with precision secondary, and sometimes I'd go precision with sorcery secondary, or even precision with inspiration secondary. Now, the difference between me going domination versus precision is I would go domination in teams comps where it would be a much squishier bot lane, or lanes that I know had more kill pressure. So for example, if I was playing Jin with some sort of mage and I knew we could poke the enemy lane and get them low and I get some easy stacks, it's perfect. Sometimes I would go precision versus like tank supports like Nautilus or Leona, but not the smartest play. But I mean, you know, if it could pay off if you do a lot of damage in lane. But pretty much the standard runes that I would normally go was precision with sorcery secondary. Although with precision, you can also take inspiration secondary if you want that early game sustain, especially from the biscuit delivery and time warp tonic. As far as next season, I most definitely will be playing Jin, as he is my safe haven, my main. I recently hit 1 million mastery points on him. You know, pretty big accomplishment for me. And I mean, in the preseason, I haven't been playing him that much. I've been actually loving lethal tempo abusing champions like Jinx and Vayne, which I will be talking about very momentarily. Alright, Jinx was my second most played champion, 54% win rate, about 220 games on Jinx last season on my main account. Looks like I had 211 double kills, 42 triple kills, 4 quadra kills, and 1 pentakill. I loved Jinx last season, although I didn't play her as much as Jin, obviously, but I have a lot of fun at Jinx. I've been playing Jinx since pretty much the start of Jinx even coming out. I think I was like 14 when Jinx came out. But anyways, I mean, the most build that I would literally all the time go on Jinx was lethal tempo and sorcery. Now this was before rework. You know, they changed lethal tempo. It doesn't give you that range like it does now, but nonetheless, it was really fun to just attack fast and get that attack speed steroid late game team fights, because late game Jinx is terrifying, and we all know that early game Jinx is kind of difficult to play because she doesn't do that much damage. She also is very much a sitting duckling. She can get sniped very easily, so pretty much hard to play her early game, but the late game, and if you do like snowball early, it's very good. But Jinx nonetheless was one of my favorite secondary champions from season 2021. It looks like on Jinx, I was pretty much like towards the end of season 2021, I was actually changing up my rune page from lethal tempo and sorcery secondary, and I was actually going absolute focus and a gathering storm for my secondary, but it looks like I always stuck with lethal tempo. Now, as far as my build, which is going to change from next season, the previous season, it looks like I was really only building Kraken Slayer. Kraken Slayer, Rune, and Hurricane. I feel like I wasn't getting as much from Gale Force on Jinx as I am now. Jinx with the Gale Force is perfect for repositioning and doing that bonus damage and getting that speed proc from her passive, Get Excited. Now, I really loved playing Jinx last season. She's a lot of fun. The attack speed steroid, especially given a Lulu. It's still fun now, but it looks like I was mostly building Kraken Slayer, Rune, and Hurricane, some like core builds from like the past seasons on Jinx. But you know, you could also sometimes go Mortal Shield Bow and then Rune and Hurricane, Infinity Edge, Mortal Reminder. These are all basic standard ADC builds. It would obviously change, you know, sometimes I build Phantom Dancer. It all time changes, but I mean, this new build with Jinx, I've been loving it so much. You can always obviously build different kinds of items on her now. There is going to be a nerf pretty soon with the Mortal Shield Bow. It might come out, but you know, we're still testing the waters with Jinx, but she is very much a strong AD carry as far as preseason comes, but I did enjoy her all throughout season 2021 as well. So yes, I will most definitely be playing Jinx in season 2022. Now, my next top champion for season 2021 was Vayne, and it looks like I had a whopping 2 pentakills on her, 9 quadra kills, and 32 triple kills, and 160 double kills. It looks like I didn't have as many games as the other ones, or had a little less than 200 games. But nonetheless, a very, very fun champion, a very late game champion. My win rate was 47. Let's not talk about that. But that was the season 2021. I feel like Vayne, personally, is one of those champions where if you're solo queuing, it could either be a hit or miss because your support's either trolling you or you're just struggling early game and then you just lose. It can be very, very hard because just like Jinx, Vayne is a hyper carry, late game, scales, 1v9s. I mean, Jinx kind of needs help sometimes, obviously, but Vayne with her self-peel and her kit, very, very good. There recently was a nerf to Vayne with her ultimate. She does like 10 less AD. I've been still like loving her, still playing her. Loved her last season, love her now. Will most definitely be playing her next season. Most definitely. Now this is where it gets funky. Vayne, I build 4 different types of runes on her. Now, why did I say, I don't know why I said build, but I go 4 different kinds of runes on her, but nowadays I only go 1. So basically last season, in the beginning of the season, I was going Vayne with PTA and sorcery. Now, PTA was perfect, especially if you had, you know, that early game. You want to get that early game procs off. You want to get that bonus damage, you know, that 3 auto attacks plus the W passive of her silver bolts. It's just a wombo combo for success. You can easily kill people, easily 2v2 early game, but sometimes it's really hard because, you know, she has short range. But as the season progressed, I started to go secondary domination instead of sorcery. Now, domination is good for that, you know, that healing, that bonus health, you know, getting it back. You know, you don't need that early game lifesteal, although Immortal Shield Bow is pretty good on her. Now, what I build on Jinx... Oh my god, I said Jinx. What I build on Vayne nowadays is mostly lethal tempo and domination. Now, lethal tempo is so freaking good on Jinx now. In my opinion, it's so great because that bonus attack speed and that bonus range. It's what Vayne was lacking. It's really what she was lacking, and he pretty much buffed her big time. I love playing Vayne now, although she does still have that shaky early game. Very, very good champion. Now, I've been mostly playing Immortal Shield Bow on Vayne and then going like Winsu's secondary or Wit's End, depending if there's a lot of magic damage. But nonetheless, Vayne was an amazing champion last season, and I most definitely will be playing her in the next season. Now, I will be talking about the next few champions that I did play last season. My 4th and 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th champions last season. I played Kai'Sa, Samira, Miss Fortune, Kalista, Ziggs, Ashe, and Xayah. And those are the remaining of the champions from last season. Basically, in my opinion, I'd say out of all those champions, Kalista and Miss Fortune were definitely my most favorite ones. But let me tell you why I played the rest of them, and then my opinion on them, and if I'll be playing them the next season. I won't be getting into like the super, you know, details of what I built on them, but I will talk about them. So with Kai'Sa, I would say I did not really enjoy her last season. I was still going the hybrid of like AD, like lethality a little bit, but not really. It was mostly just AD. Now people are going AP Kai'Sa. There's a whole new build on her. I have not tried it out yet, but I just wasn't really comfortable with Kai'Sa last season as the previous season 2020. But I did play her, you know, like 80 games, and I had a bad win rate on her, but nonetheless, still was fun. Had my wins on her, and I'll probably be playing her in the preseason or next season because I want to try out the AP build, but I am a little bit shaky and nervous about AP AD carries. You know what I mean? AD carries that go hybrid, but I'm just not comfortable with her yet, so we'll see. Next champion is Samira. Now, Samira, I love to pick her up when I had a Nautilus or Leona or any heavy engage that gave me that bonus, you know, little dash in, knock them up, get the whole combo down. That's why I played Samira last season. And of course, you know, you go the standard healing, that early healing build. But basically, I mean, I'll probably be playing her because she's always that fun, like, Katarina-like champion, just spins. She is very annoying, but she does have her really bad matchups. She gets poked out, or your support really doesn't know, like, you know, if there's no engage, you're not going to want to really pick Samira because no knockups, like, you're never going to be able to really go in. Nonetheless, usually most champions have CC nowadays, but... Next champion, Miss Fortune. Now, Miss Fortune, I seriously was abusing her for LP. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a negative win rate on her and I played her really bad, but I was really jamming with her. People were going like this really good build on her. I'm pretty sure they were just really going like, let me look. I'm pretty sure they were just going, yeah, lethality. It was just Eclipse, and then they would go like some sort of like man immune, or hardly ever would I build Kraken Slayer on her, but that's pretty much what I was doing last season, was that lethality abuse. And the next, oh, by the way, with Misfortune, I don't think I'll play her next season. I'm not really comfortable with her that much, but yeah. All right, next season, Kalista, or next champion, Kalista. Now with Kalista, not gonna lie, one of my favorite champions in the game. I didn't really play her that much last season, just because I feel like Kalista is only really good when you have a really good support that knows what to do as far as engaging and utilizing her kit, because half of Kalista's kit is pretty much revolving around her support and what they do. I love Kalista just because her hopping around, kiting. However, she is a very weak AD carry in the late game. If you can snowball early and get those 19 kills before 20 minutes, it's fine. You gotta end though as soon as possible, and that's one of the downsides is Kalista. And something that I really wish that they would change is that Kalista is one of the only champions, I'm pretty sure the only champion, that doesn't show when she can actually execute. So, for example, Pyke, when he's about to ultimate, he can see if he's going to one-shot them. He can see if he's going to kill them. With Kalista, your E is kind of just in the air. And they did nerf her by letting her do like 50% less damage to monsters, which I don't know if that was last season. I mean, it's pretty much all the seasons kind of meshed together after a while. But they did do that. But I mean, you know, I still enjoyed Kalista nonetheless. And I most definitely will be playing her next season, because no matter what, I will always play my queen. Love her. Next champion, Ziggs. Now, Ziggs is one of those champions that I would only play bot lane if I was with an all AD team. That was pretty much it. I wasn't just like, yeah, gonna queue up and play Ziggs. That was never, ever the case. It was always that utility, you know, I just like, not utility, but like just someone to do bonus magic damage on the team in case we need to chunk down some targets. Did kind of enjoy him, like not really. I just felt like it was completely necessary, because not all the time can you play an AD bot lane with an all AD team, because it's just going to end up really badly, or else you're just going to want to dodge. But nonetheless, wanted to be helpful, played Ziggs. Of course, there's different kinds of APCs you could play in the bot lane. I did see Cassio and Syndra bot lane last season. Not really a big fan of those either. Didn't really play them at all. I was mostly a Ziggs abuser when it came to like AP mages in the bot lane. Now, next champion that I played, ninth most champion, was Ashe. I am not a fan of Ashe. My chat knows that. Pretty much everybody knows that. I do not like Ashe. Very basic kit. Standard AD carry. Cut and dry. Auto attacks. Very boring, in my opinion, as you know, compared to like other champions that I play. But didn't really enjoy her. Haven't really ever enjoyed her, not gonna lie. Unless you're like steroid buffed by like Lulu or like a Yumi or something, and no one is stopping you or getting in your way and you're not CC'd at all. You know, it's fun to auto attack super fast and kill everybody and have a frozen mallet level 1. Anyways, I'm gonna start ranting about Ashe soon, but I will not get into it. Last champion to have on the list, 10th most played champion of season 2021 was Xayah. I will admit, whenever I see Rakan on my team, I do pick Xayah. I actually really like Xayah. I like her kit. I like the Gale Force technique of, you know, ulting, moving with the Gale Force, or flashing and eating all those feathers back in and killing targets, CCing them. Good for kiting, good for engage. Really like Xayah. Didn't play her that much, but nonetheless a fun AD carry, and I probably will be playing her in the next season. We'll see. We'll see. But nonetheless, those are all the AD carries that I played last season. Before I end the video, but so many carries that I didn't play last season as much that I do want to talk about before, because I'll probably be playing them next season. Caitlyn, she had her rework. Dude, she looks so good. I love Kate, but not her gameplay. It's kind of mid, but people would disagree with me. I had a bad win rate on Caitlyn last season, but I loved her rework that just came out. Won't be playing Sivir. Aphelios, yes. I've actually been enjoying Aphelios lately. And Kog'Maw, I'll probably be playing. I do, as far as season 2022, I do kind of want to get into Tristana. I always ban Tristana. She's been my probably my permaban champion from last season, because I just didn't like her as far as whenever I would read Twitch chat and get distracted, Tristana would just jump in and kill me. So I would obviously always ban her. I do like Twitch too. People were playing AP Twitch in season 2021, but I'll probably be playing AD Twitch sometimes because I just like sneaking up on people and going full rat IRL mode on them. Without Varus was popping too last season, didn't really play it, and Ezreal is always really strong too. Those are all the AD carries that I played last season. Didn't really like Sivir or Lucian that much. Senna AD carry kind of meh. People played it though, but that was pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching my Champion 2021, Season 2021, whatever recap video that we just did. I just really wanted to do this because honestly, I play a lot of games last season and I feel like it'd be cool to talk about it. So again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys played last season, and thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!